Hi, good evening. James Constable here. I got a message from Steve from Strikers Football and asked me if I'll be kind enough to answer some questions from players and the kids he looks after, and I'm more than happy to answer some of your questions. So here we go. Was I nervous before Wembley? I feel I've been pretty fortunate. I've played at Wembley twice. Once for Kidderminster Harriers, this shirt behind me here, in a FA Trophy final against Stevenage in 2007. For me, one of the most nervous I've been, I think, in football match terms. I was really nervous before the game. It was a completely new experience. To play at a place like that was phenomenal. So it was definitely a scary moment. One of the first competitive games at the new stadium. So yeah, definitely I was nervous for that game. And then obviously with Oxford back in 2010 in a playoff final was sort of equally as nervous, I suppose, in the build up. But strangely, when the game sort of came around and kicked off, the nerves sort of went, and it was a strange feeling, but we felt sort of in the game that we were in control, and throughout sort of spells of pressure we felt like we were the better side, and we were confident we were going to win the game. So like I say, probably in 2010 not so much, but definitely in 2007 nerves were there. What emotion did I feel scoring the second goal against York in the playoff final? I think obviously huge amounts of pride. Obviously a lot of my family were there, which was unbelievable. But I think with the sort of magnitude of the game, being 1-0 up, there was obviously a bit of nerves, and you could feel the fans were obviously on edge. So to get that second one so quickly into the game and settle it down and settle them down and ourselves made it a lot easier sort of second half, and yeah, just immense sort of pride to score at Wembley and obviously in front of all my friends and family, and 30,000+ Oxford fans is obviously amazing too. What is it like to win a playoff final at Wembley as captain? Something that I didn't probably expect at the start of that season. I was sort of vice captain, and another chap, Adam Murray, was captain at the time. We started really well that season. We got off to a fantastic start, and we were sort of top of the league, but our minds were a million miles away from getting in the playoffs or anything like that. We were just focusing on sort of every game as it come. But I remember sort of around Christmas time that Adam got injured, and Chris Wilder, the manager at the time, called me in and said, look, I'm going to make you captain for the remainder of the season. And again, hugely proud moment for me in my career to be asked to captain the side and sort of lead them out for the remainder of the season was an unbelievable feeling. But then obviously to get through the playoffs and then lead them out of Wembley was something else. And for me, like I say, looking back, probably the proudest moment of my football career to lead the team out with knowing what we'd been through that season and how desperate we were to win the game was unbelievable. But to do it as captain, and obviously later on in that sort of day to go up there and climb the famous Wembley steps and pick up the trophy again was unbelievable. Something I'll never forget, looking down and seeing all the fans and how happy they were after what had been a difficult few years was, again, an amazing feeling for me and something that'll live with me forever. My inspiration on and off the field, I think sort of growing up, my family were a huge part of me playing football. They sacrificed a lot to take me to games and take me to trials, and everything that I ended up doing really was down to them and what they sort of sacrificed really for me to be able to do that. So it was certainly them sort of growing up, and then as I got older, obviously I had a family of my own, and as soon as you've got kids and they're coming to the games to watch you play, it adds a little bit of something different. They're there, and like I say, they're your sort of family. So all of a sudden, like the people that you were pretty selfish growing up, just looking after yourself and make sure you're all right, then all of a sudden you're sort of doing it for family, and you're doing it for sort of to make sure they're comfortable and looking after them. So I'll say, like, my family have were and always will be my sort of inspiration to be doing what I'm doing. But I think later on in your life, when you start your own family, you try probably a little bit harder. You've got more responsibility and obviously for them to look after. So yeah, definitely those, my family and obviously my kids and my wife now. If you could have one moment of your football career again, what would it be and why? Oh, I think having sort of recently sort of stepped back slightly from the game, it's I think I'd say sort of any moment, sort of pulling on the boots and the shin pads and the kit and getting back out there. But I think if I look back through my career, I think Wembley is such a special time for me and obviously for the club and everybody associated with it. If I go back to Oxford to watch a game now, it's the first thing that comes up and the first thing people want to talk about, because it was such an amazing experience, such an amazing day. And sort of to this day, the club have just gone from strength to strength from that day. So it's a huge part of my career. Like I say, to go there and score was fantastic. To be captain made it even more special. But like I say, to get that result and get the club back in the Football League is an unbelievable achievement from everybody involved. But I think the overriding feeling was obviously relief for the fans and for the club that we were back sort of in the Football League where we felt we belonged, and hopefully we felt that the club could kick on, which is what they've done. So yeah, that's it. That's all the questions. Thank you for all your questions. They were brilliant questions. Hopefully you enjoy this, and hopefully see you all soon. Bye.